Hey guys, today's video is on 80-20 thinking. This is a concept that I learned first reading the book The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss, which happens to be my favorite book. And it talks about Pareto's principle, or the law of 80-20, where you can see in nature a lot of things are distributed 80-20, like wealth, generally speaking, is like 20% of the people own 80% of the wealth. It something like 20% of plants often produce 80% of the usable whatever plants. Um, and this applies to your results, right? 20% of your inputs result in 80% of your outputs. 20% of your efforts result in 80% of your results. So the idea is to double down on the 20% of your efforts, your inputs that are resulting in 80% of your awesome results. So for Tim, he was an entrepreneur. He was selling, and he found that 20% of his customers were resulting in 80% of his success, and the 80% of customers who were 20% of the business were resulting in 100% of the headache. So he decided to double down on the great customers, the 20% of the customers that were resulting in 80% of the business, and he told the other 20%, or the other 80% of customers, that he was discontinuing business with them unless they stopped being a headache. Some of them decided, okay, we're going to cut off business with Tim. The others decided, you know what, he's right, we are being a headache, and they doubled down with Tim. So he ended up cutting down on time significantly by doubling down on the 20% of the inputs that were resulting in 80% of the results. So where can you do this in your life? For me, a big one was with workouts. So for me, with racquetball workouts, I try to find the things that are, what am I putting effort into that is translating big time to actual results on the court. So for me, that's been working on my serve, working on my footwork, and to an extent, working on conditioning. Other things, just drop and hit, working on that. It's helpful, but it's not pushing the needle forward so much as other activities are. So I hope that helps. Thanks, guys. That is video number, I don't know, like 12 or 13.